Before starting any makeup, make sure you have a clean and well moisturized face. The first step is applying a primer. I am using the Color Bar primer. This is a silicone based primer. This makes sure to minimize my pores and also makes the makeup last. Then I am using a strobe cream. For my strobe cream, I am using the Maybelline Master Strobing Cream. This makes my skin super glowy and it looks super healthy. This is one of my favorite products. You can also mix it with your foundation for that glowy and dewy foundation look. Look how glowy my skin looks. Then comes the concealer. For my concealer, I am using my all-time favorite LA Girl Pro Conceal. And I am concealing my dark circles and also any scars that I have on my face. If you have dark circles or any pigmentation on your face, make sure to use a concealer which is 1 or 2 shades darker than your skin tone, which will make sure to cancel out all the darkness of your face. To blend the concealer, I am using the PAC 272 concealer brush. You can also use a lighter concealer on top of your darker concealer to highlight the eyes, but today I am skipping the lighter concealer. You can already see the difference between my two eyes. So now comes the turn of the foundation. For my foundation, today I am using the Lakme 9 to 5 foundation. To know the shades I am using, please have a look at the description box. I'll be mentioning all the shades and the names of the products in the description box itself. Now with the help of a beauty blender, I'm blending the foundation into my skin. You can also use a foundation brush, but I personally prefer a beauty blender. The key to avoid cakey foundation is by applying less product. So always make sure to apply less foundation in the beginning. You can always layer it up if you want more coverage. And never forget your neck. It's time to set our face. So for setting my face, today I am using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder with a big and fluffy brush. If you have oily skin, make sure to bake under your eyes so that the concealer doesn't crease. And it's done. It's time for blush. Oh, you can see me there. Again, I'm using a big and fluffy brush for my blush. So now which color should I pick? Okay, this one. This is super pigmented. So be careful and always dust off the excess. So now smile and put on the blush on the apples of your cheeks. As you can see, this side of my face already looks so lively. Okay, now let's move on to the other side. If you accidentally apply a lot of blush, don't worry, just use your blender and it will blend away the excess. It looks good now. Let's move on to shaping our face. If you are ever confused between these two shades, then let me tell you. The cool toned one is for contouring and the warm toned one is for bronzing. And for today's look, we will go with bronzing. Again, dust off the excess. We don't want a harsh line of bronzer on our face, right? I chose bronzer over contour because this is a day event and I don't want any harsh contouring on my face. Okay, so I changed my brush here and now I'm using the angular brush which I always use for my bronzing. Oops! Now let's move on to nose contouring. Make sure to use a lighter concealer on the bridge of your nose after contouring, as this will make your nose even more chiseled, right? It's time for highlighter. Today for my highlighter, I'm using the Swiss Beauty Fusion Highlighter. This is such a pigmented highlighter. It's not at all chunky and super nice. With this, my base is done, so let's set our makeup. For setting my makeup, I'm using my MAC Prep Plus Prime Setting Spray. Can you see how dewy my base looks? Now let's move on to eyes. And yes, you can see me again. For my eyeshadow, I'm using my Swiss Beauty Winky eyeshadow palette. And for my transition shade, I'm using this light brown shade and I'm using it all over my crease. Make sure to blend the shadow really well so that it doesn't look harsh at all. Now I'm using the darker brown shadow and darkening my crease. I'm also blending this shadow on the inner corners of my eye. Now I'm using the Swiss Beauty liquid eyeshadow. This is a champagne color, it's super pretty. And I'm using this only on the center of my eyelid and also blending it with my finger. Now taking the same lighter brown shadow I used earlier, I'm blending everything together so that it doesn't look harsh. Again, I'm using the same shadows on my waterline. On a small tapered brush, I'm taking this goldeny color and highlighting my inner corners. It's time for liner. For my eyeliner, I'm using the Nykaa Black Magic eyeliner and I am making a cat eye liner. And done! Next comes Kajal. For my Kajal, I'm using the K-Beauty Kajal in the shade Spade. I'm also tightlining my eyes with the same Kajal. Now let's curl up our lashes. For curling my lashes, I'm using this lash curler from Vega. I'm gonna link it in my description box if you wanna check it out. For my mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara. This is by far the best mascara that I have used. You can instantly see the difference in my lashes, right? Also, never forget your lower lashes. Let's move on to brows. For my brows, I'm using this brow palette from Wet n Wild. And I'm using the same brush that is provided in the palette to fill in my brows. Does it look good? Now I'm using this champagne shade to highlight my brow bone. For my lipstick, I'm using the Renee Fab 5 5-in-1 lipstick in the dark shade. And I'm using this pretty color on my lips today. It looks good as is, but let's put on some gloss. I'm usually a matte lipstick kind of girl, but we should try things, right? I'm using this gloss from Nykaa. Whoa, look at that shine. And I am ready! So this is my final look for Saraswati Puja. This is a very neutral glam kind of look. You can wear this look with almost every chador mekhela you have and you are gonna look so beautiful. If you guys enjoyed this video, definitely give it a big thumbs up, comment on this video and please subscribe to my channel. Love you guys. Bye.